Rest in peace, Alton Sterling, and rest in peace, Philando Castile. Why should I have to start a video off with that shit? Why are they dead? If you don't know who they are, then perhaps you've been a bit under a rock. But those are two more victims of police brutality. And one of them had a record. One of them had a gun in his pocket. But he didn't get to reach the gun because he didn't try to. He couldn't because two police officers were on top of him. And then they shot him 6 times. If you're just trying to de-escalate the situation and apprehend the suspect, why shoot him 6 times? How did the situation get to that point in the first place? He was selling CDs. That's definitely going to put a lot of lives in jeopardy. That's just too illegal for words. There can't be any, drug dealers around or murderers around or rapists or pedophiles or anything like that. Nah, there's no need for that when there's this nice criminal right in front of you who was trying to sell some CDs and get some extra money. And apparently the store owner had said he could be outside his shop doing this. But why do that kind of due diligence when he's in front of you, he's black, he's armed, in an open carry state no less? Why not just put him in position to escalate some shit and then shoot him? Makes sense, right? And then there's Castile, who's even worse because he was legally armed. And he informed the officer that he was legally armed. Yeah. I wonder where all the gun rights activists are on this one. There's no racism, right? But where are you guys? Where are you NRA card carrying, right-wing supporting, conservative bastards? Where are y'all? Where's the outrage? Because he was practicing his Second Amendment rights. And when he informed said officer that he was practicing his Second Amendment rights, and tried to reach for his wallet to show him the requested identification, he gets shot 4 times. No outrage. Was he probably a thug, I guess? Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it, he must have been a thug. Had to be. He was selling drugs or something. There was weed in the car. There it is. He must have deserved to get shot because he had weed in the car. That has to be the case. See, for white people, a traffic stop is an inconvenience. For black people, it is a moment of reckoning. White people get to cuss a police officer out, take a ticket, or maybe not, and they go on about their merry way. Maybe their day might have a little added stress to it. Black people have to pray about going home alive. Let that sink in for a second. Understand that this whole movement, or these movements, in terms of Black Lives Matter and people like Jesse Williams, Tim Wise, Jane Elliott, those last 2 are white, by the way. Understand that they're not talking out the side of their necks. They're not telling you a bunch of bullshit for you to be a bleeding heart liberal about some shit. Those are facts. It is a fact that racism is an institution. It's an institutionalized evil in this country. It has been for over 400 years. We've been praying for over 400 years. Farrakhan said we needed soldiers. He might be right. I don't mean no one's to pick up a gun and shoot somebody in the face, because everybody ends up dead if that's the case. I mean doctors, lawyers, engineers, congressmen, business owners. I mean that. I mean, people with the power and influence and the means to fight this on all the fronts it needs to be fought on. We have a bought Congress right now. It's bought and paid for. And I dare say even the presidency is not immune from them. Until they are, this shit will exist. And it will get much worse. This is the tip of the iceberg. Because this is not the storm. This is actually the calm before it. And that's sad. And it should be scary. It should be a surprise to me, but it is not. That is a part of black life. Black life is hearing the word police and your heart rate accelerating a little bit. Black life is seeing red and blue lights in your rearview mirror and wondering how the fuck you can get home alive. Wondering if this officer hadn't had a bad day. Wondering if this officer doesn't see you as a thug before he ever even knows your fucking name. If you don't have that problem, if you haven't had that experience, why speak on it? Because you're ignorant, if that's the case. You can't presume to know these things. You can't presume that they don't exist simply because you haven't experienced them. You see how light my skin is, and I've experienced them. So, my challenge to you is, what are you going to do or say? Because I suppose it starts with talking, but it has to equate to change, or it has to culminate in change. So what are you going to do? Where does that start?